Hey guys, so I wanted to kind of share about what is the most important resource of an entrepreneur. From my perspective, it's not money, it's not people, it's not systems, it's not even their IP. The most valuable resource is their time, right? Because it's a non-renewable resource. We can't buy any more of our own personal time back. We can buy other people's time and leverage on other people's time to do the work that we would normally do, we will otherwise have to do, that we can delegate to them, therefore free up our time. But we cannot buy our own time back, like extra time. Like, if I'm destined to live until 85, I mean, I can't, at least not any way that I know of, be able to say, pay someone, I'm going to extend my life to 90 or 95 or 110, right? There's no known way at this point that I'm aware of. And then the next point I like to make is that entrepreneurship is not a doer job. It's not a doer sport. It's a creative sport. It's an art. It's an artist's job. It's a creative work. What are we creating? We're creating value. We're creating solutions. We're creating better ways to do things, better way to solve problems, or just creating ways to solve problems. Like, our unique genius for each one of us is to solve problems, right? There are different aspects of solving the problem. There's the actual doing the work to solve the problem. But I like to make the perspective viewpoint that our zone of genius is not doing the work, but our zone of genius is to come up with how to do the work and then let our team do the work. You see, I think that is a big distinction, because a lot of us, they say, hey, we're really good at, I don't know, coming up with better resumes for our clients. But should we be the one that should be working on the resume directly for our clients? I don't think so. I think we should come up with the ways to do them, right? What are the general strategies of how to improve the resume of our clients so they can get hired for much higher positions than that they're shooting for otherwise. But we come up with the strategies of doing that, and then we teach and delegate to our team to do it, so that we can focus on the highest value of our production, which is creativity, which is creating better solutions, creating more offers, creating more products and services that we can offer to our clients that can be executed by our team. We are not the one who are supposed to do the work, or we shouldn't be, because it will be beneath our highest value of our production. I like to make the point that everybody should be focusing on their highest value of production, even our team, right? So that is reason why we also want to leverage AI to take on the most mundane and the repetitive task, so that our team can continue to elevate their task, their level of production, the level of value of their production, okay? So that everybody's are operating at increasingly higher levels of production in the entire team, right? The higher the value of production we can continue to elevate our team members to do, the more higher value work they can take off the load that we as entrepreneurs have. So let's say before, so we hire a VA, right? And then we let them do like the most repetitive tasks, like, answering emails and such, right? Responding to emails. So once they did that, we don't have to do the emails. But then what about responding back to emails? Okay, so responding back to emails, we create templates. Okay, great. Now we don't have to write those emails. Okay, but then like, what about doing the fulfillment service? Like, for example, like, let's say if the service is improving and creating better resumes for our clients. What if we come up with the how to do it, right? The different ways of doing this. We come up with a systematic process that our team can follow, and if we productize the service so that we come up with 5 scenarios. If it's this type of work, do this, A, B, C, D, E, or we say, okay, so clients submit their resume to us. Okay, we take it from here, and then the end result is here. So A to B, A is the original result, B is the final result, right? And in there, if I were to do it, right, and I'm the owner, I'm the one with the zone of genius, I will do these 7 things, and then we'll get to the end result. So I systemize these 7 things, these 7 steps, right? I put it into training modules that our team can train without me personally training each one of them, and then have them do it. So we can then be able to keep getting new clients, but I won't be the one who's doing the work. My team will be the one who's doing the work. All I got to do is going to be reviewing the work they did at the end and then make changes, right? Make final adjustment before sending back to the client. So if we can do that, then now I no longer have to do the actual work. I start to do the checking of the work. So what if I systemize the checking of their work as well? So every mistake that they make, I'm going to create a feedback video or a tutorial on, okay, this mistake, do it this way. This mistake, do it this way. This mistake, do it this way, right? I come up with a list of like FAQs or a database of most common mistakes made during the fulfillment process, 1 to 7 steps of working on the resume, right? Every step, there is like a list of mistakes and solution, mistake and solution. And then I train my team to start learning about how to do the review so that the team will now both do the task itself and the review them. And then they will peer review, right? We'll assign the most experienced person, start with the most experienced person, train that person to review the work that's already done. So one team member will finish the task to, improve the resume, and then they will submit to another person. That person does the work review. Okay, and that person will create a template for a checklist from the flag all these problems, right? And then once they flag, tell them to autocorrect. So they not only flag, they autocorrect as well. Great. So those will be the things that I would normally do. Now, if I were to review the work, I don't have to do that anymore because somebody is doing not only the task itself to finish the work, but also doing the checking of the work as well, right? Automatically, because we make it event triggered. So we make it a workflow where somebody who does, so when we receive a resume, we need to receive a new job. Okay, great. One person will get assigned or will pick up the task of working on the resume. When that person is done, another person will then be assigned or pick up the task of reviewing the resume, right? And let's say there are our average 5 mistakes they make, okay? In the beginning, maybe the person who's checking the work only flags 1 or misses 4, right? After they check, I will still have to check, but then I'll catch those 4 mistakes and I'll say, hey, listen, there are actually 4 more mistakes, so they take time to continue to learn. So eventually, over time, that person who's checking will catch all 5 mistakes consistently, right? Then that means I don't have to do the work anymore, or I would just still take a quick scan to see, are there any mistakes that's not on the list that they know how to check yet? And I'll just look for those ones. But then everything else is already checked. Eventually, we'll get to the point where all known mistakes that I would have been able to flag is already flagged by the team, and I'm completely out of the chain. And then we make it so that once the person finished the review, it gets sent to the admin team, and the admin team send it back to the client. The whole thing becomes automatic. And guess what? Maybe before, it will take me from receiving the project from the client and I work on it myself, all 7 or 10 steps, and I could still be making mistakes. Let's say I check myself, but most likely I won't. I'll make mistakes. But let's say I check myself, and then I send it out. It's all down by me. Maybe a client, it could take me like, let's say 2 hours per client. Okay. But realistically, it probably take, 3, 4 clients. Let's say 4 hours per client. Okay. That means there's going to be a maximum. If it's me who's working on it, it's going to max. Maybe in a month, I can only take on, 30 clients maybe. And then I will be working 10 hours a day. I don't have time for anything else. But what if I hire a team of 6 people and they're all able to do, the 6 people are able to now handle, instead of 30 that I can handle, they can handle 200 a month. Okay. We structure in such a way that the team can actually handle 200 a month out of a team of 6. It is possible, because we've done it already, that this team of 6 can do 10 times more the work that I would have been able to do on my own. And with me, instead of working 10 hours a day to get it done, 6 days a week, 10 hours a day to get it done, I now only have to maybe work 1 hour a day to do the main checking of the stuff. And then I'm building a reporting structure. So every day I'll just be able to see, okay, this is where we're at, and then they'll send us their biggest problems. I'll just take the biggest issue they have. I'll just have the person who asked the question, they couldn't solve it, send the questions to me. And I'll just spend 1 hour a day answering questions. The rest of the stuff, they do it. And guess what? I now able to 10x the business that we have using 6 virtual assistants, okay, that not only do the work, but they also check the work. They also send out the work. They also follow with the client. Everything, the whole thing is all done by them. So we can 10x our revenue. Instead of 10 hours a day, I'm spending 1 hour a day. So that gives me back 9 hours per day times 6, okay? 54 hours a week, I can get that back, okay? Potentially. Imagine how much more you could do with 54 hours, extra hours per week, okay? You can spend building new products, building new services, right? Refining the team, building even more capabilities. Spend time with your family, go travel. 54 hours a week. That's like 9 hours a day for 6 days, you know? You're no longer working because your team's working for you, okay? Anyway, can you imagine how powerful that is? That's basically like we have a way to consistently be able to systemize and automate and delegate all the work, 99% of the work to our team. We can have multiple businesses and we still have all the times in the world. Okay, we have multiple streams of income. All we got to do is hire more people and then build out the system. And if your system is done well and done correctly, you won't even have to worry about people quitting because your training is so fast and so simple and it's automated that you don't have to do the training yourself. It's literally automated training. This becomes a hands-off system that will just continue to make you money over and over and over again. Okay, guys, so I wanted to kind of share that with you, is that the most valuable resource that we have as entrepreneurs, our time, because we literally cannot create more time of our own time. We cannot extend our age, you know, by paying money, but we can buy other people's time, leverage other people's time, okay, to compensate for the fact we cannot extend our lives, like just arbitrarily, like infinitely. But we can infinitely purchase other people's time and help us achieve, you know, in 1 week what we would take us 1 year to achieve. That's possible, right? It's just a matter of math. It's just a matter of how many people do you have. How many 8-hour shifts are you leveraging from your team? And once we free up all those time, imagine you spend all of that time on figuring out how to 10x, 100x your sales, right? Because the biggest problem that a lot of times we have is we are afraid to use our imagination to grow our business simply because we're afraid we have to do the work. Our fear limits our imagination. Our fear limits our creativity as an entrepreneur to creatively think additional ways to solve our clients' problems because we don't have time to solve them. Well, what if we now have infinite amount of time, infinite hours, right? Because we have access to infinite number of virtual assistants, right? That we can hire as long as we can make more money to pay for their time and pay for their work, right? And we can still turn a profit. We can theoretically scale infinite teams and do infinite, like we can grow our business to infinity and it doesn't take more of our time. Okay, guys, so I hope that's helpful. Cover a lot of stuff in a little bit, you know, like in 15 minutes. I hope that's not too messy, but please share me with your thoughts. You know, if you find this is helpful, please let me know. If you disagree with this, please let me know. We do help entrepreneurs to help them set up their team, hire and set up their virtual assistant teams and help them systemize their team so that they can become automated and event-driven and schedule-driven so that it is no longer just task assignment-based delegation, okay? That is the way that you can truly get hands-off, free time from your work, from your business. If you're interested, click on the link below to schedule a call. You know, we'll be happy to be able to jump on a strategy call to see if there's ways that we could help you with your business. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel if you like this content, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.